Alright, Cece's our final hope. Because a combination of misfortune, misplays, and just overall outplaying in terms of the last match has led to all of Sanctuary Alliance being taken down except for Cece. I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like I need to say it. Pidove and Neo Buster should have been taken out by now because Sky and Edge could have won their games. It just came down to the unfortunate fact that they misplayed and it led to them losing. Like little misplays can lead to big defeats in Vanguard. Well, in anything in general. It's kind of something I learned from when I was doing Buddy Fight for like a month. And I'll tell you something about Buddy Fight right now. If you don't play perfectly, you will lose. One thing you fuck up on will be your defeat, no matter what you're doing. I mean, there are some times where there's just literally nothing you can do, but then there are times where you look at the situation and realize that there was something you did that prevented something you could have done. And that happens a lot. And Vanguard is kind of another testament to if you don't watch your stuff, you're going to be in trouble. So Cece no guards Coco and gets a critical trigger. Only one. So technically, she can afford to take all three of these hits. But now Pidove is debating, do I want to let that butterfly stay on the field long enough for it to do something? And he decides, yes, I want damage. I want the damage. So now Stride, Ride and Stride, has to discard 2 cards for Stride, but it's worth it for what she's going to do. So now Counterblast 1 and Locking 1. And yes, Cece's using a different starter, but it is the same deck. A benefit of the last match is that we got to see pretty much every card in her entire deck, and she did have that starter in there. Not guarding. So now Cece gets the ability to lock a back row. And Nebula loses the ability to hit. The benefit of a deck that has 2 different starters, especially in round out, is that you see what all the other opponents are doing up to this point. So you can pick and choose what starter you need and when. Like in the first match against Kaze, she used Neon Messiah as the starter. And as a result of that, she was able to get a Alter Ego Messiah into hand from the deck after a certain point. And in this match, she's decided to go with Nebula, so that she has access to Nebula's skill later. Only one critical trigger yet again. At this point, I can actually foresee Cece trying to deck Pidove out. That's a start. Big Crunch Dragon. Locking that and Omega locking Tom, so that's not even an issue for a while. It also saves Cece on... Wait, why is she Counterblast 2? It's only Counterblast 1. Cece, why did you Counterblast 2? It's only Counterblast 1. Cece, Cece, please. No, Cece, no. Critical. 2 draws and a crit. If one of those draws had been a crit, then this could have ended here. But it's not to be. Because of all the triggers, a grade 0 just hit for 27. Just hit for 27k. So the hand has been pretty much evened out. The damage has been evened out, and the field is technically about even. Because he has 3 units that just can't do anything this turn. Why, CC? Why? You should have 2 on flip damage right now. And I have a feeling that it's going to be important later. "21, 31, 41. That's 2 pass. I think I'd put the draw trigger in there. Is she gonna all? I'd add the draw trigger to make it 3 pass. First check is critical trigger. Second check is critical trigger. Third check is not a trigger. She was right to 3 pass. She was correct to 3 pass. I don't think she uses for crunch. I'm assuming there's a perfect guard in that hand, by the way. It's very, very possible there isn't one, but I'm gonna assume that there's a perfect guard in that hand. If not, Cece just made an amazing move. And with that perfect guard, she can defend against the Vanguard, so it doesn't matter. And here comes the point where the fact that she didn't, where she flipped an extra damage becomes a problem because I know she has to have, or more say, I know she should have Blaster Joker in hand, and she can't use it now because she only has one flip damage. So she's doing another stride instead. Locks Tom again. Because you know, Locking Tom is all the rage nowadays. So she decides not to use Gravity Well's skill, just so she can have three good attacks instead of two pretty good ones. Pidove is thinking on whether or not he should even guard this attack. He doesn't have to. He probably won't lose this turn, and he's not guarding. Critical. Nope. No double crit. Locks the Gemini behind Kuroi Kazuzuchi. And now it's reaching the point that Pidove can very well be decked out. This is kind of what this match turns into when you do it. And he decides he's not going to stride. He's just going to go 21k to critical. 2 to pass. Very risky. And it pays off. There will be no double trigger today. Or at least not this fight. No trigger at all. So the rear only needs a 5k block. So Cece has two options. She can either stride to get more locks, or she can Legion just to have more field. So attacks with the Vanguard first. Uses the skill to unlock Awakening, which stands Myron, and it gets 2k for it. Which, by the way, that makes that a Tom killer. If Cece really doesn't want to deal with Silent Tom this turn. She did save her Perfect Guard from last turn. And Critical Trigger. And all of that's going to Gravity. 18k is blocked. I actually would have went for Tom there, just to have that not be an issue later. But that's just because I single out the cards that dick with me the most. So he's going for a non-stride attack again. Cece's guarding the same way. He is just not getting triggers. And Cece doesn't have a reason to guard that one. One, two, three, four. He's out of perfect guards. Cece's gonna force a lot of hand out. And smartly, she rides to do a Legion to further cement the fact that she's not decking out in this game. Now here's the question, does he have to take this? He technically should have guard. 21, 31, 41, 51. That's a 2-pass. All Vanguard. Heal. All Vanguard with a crit. And good game. Cece takes it. Cece hashtag secret weapon. Secret weapon Cece. Let's go.